I'll use it. Right, item 4. We are here today to discuss an application for a new premises licence at Costa Coffee, Argo Drive, Doncaster, Delta November 2 for Foxtrot Romeo. All parties who have indicated that they wish to address the subcommittee will be given the opportunity to speak if they are present. The procedure we will be following is as set out in the report. Has everyone had a copy of that report, the committee? Yep. Has anyone not seen a copy? Good. Can I now invite the licensing office representative to introduce this item? Thank you, Hayley.
Thank you, Chair. This hearing is to determine an application for a new premise licence in respect of Costa Coffee, Argo Drive. The premises concerned currently operates as a coffee shop. The application is for a new premise licence to make the premises to remain open 24 hours a day, providing late night refreshment between 11 p.m. and 5 a.m. During the consultation period, a representation was received. This is shown in Members' Report Appendix E. I can confirm that the application has been correctly advertised and that the mandatory consultation has taken place. I can confirm that all the required notices of the hearing have been given and all parties have been made aware of the procedure to be followed at the hearing, both in the notes that accompany the notice of hearing and in the hearing papers. The options available to the committee when making its determination are detailed in the report. Thank you.
Thank you, Hayley. Does any members of the subcommittee have any questions for the licensing officer? I only have one, Hayley. Have you heard from any of the other representatives at all as to why they're not here today, or have you heard anything?
So the objector has confirmed that there won't be in attendance. The agent acting on behalf of the applicant did reach out and say due to their location they couldn't attend. I did reach out and express to them it would be beneficial to the committees if they had any questions, or the objectors if they were in attendance, but unfortunately they're not able to be here today.
Thank you for that explanation, Hayley. We'll move on then. We would normally now ask the applicant to address the subcommittee. However, there's no applicant here, so we'll move forward from that. I'll now ask the interested parties if they were here to ask any questions in relation to the applicant's submission. There's no one here. I would then ask the interested parties to address the subcommittee. There's no one here. I'll now ask the subcommittees. I would normally ask the subcommittee members if they'd like to ask any questions in relation to the interested parties. There's no one here. The applicant's not here, so we'll move forward. Is there anything you want to say as a closing remark, Hayley? Because you're the only one we can ask if there are any closing remarks from yourself.
Nothing from licensing.
Thank you very much. As we have now heard from all the parties present, the subcommittee will go into private session to deliberate. Members will now deliberate the application in private session, and all parties are asked to leave the room. Once we have reached our decision, you will be invited back into the meeting for the committee to present their decision. If you are unable to remain, please indicate now. Welcome back, everyone, and thank you for your patience whilst we deliberated and made our decision. I will now read out the decision of the subcommittee. We have considered the application for a premise licence for Costa Coffee at Argo Drive, Wheatley, Doncaster. The licence is sought for the provision of late night refreshment. We have taken into account the written representations made, the steps that are appropriate to promote the licensing objectives, the Home Office guidance, and our statement of licensing policy. After consideration of the application, we have decided by a majority of the members to grant the application. There has been no attendance today from either the applicant, their representatives, or the objector. We have taken into account all of the information in the written application, the objection, and an accompanying email from the objector. In particular, we have considered that the objector has concerns around antisocial behaviour, crime, noise, and safety. These concerns are set out at page 41 of the agenda. We also note that this objector expresses concern for the staff who will be working night shifts, but it is not clear how this relates to the licensing objectives. In relation to the licensing objective of crime and disorder, we have also noted that the police, as a responsible body, has not made any representations in relation to this application. Whilst there may be some concerns about what issues could develop from Costa Coffee opening late at night, there is no evidence that this is likely at this time, and we are mindful that there is a right of review if any issues do occur. Whilst this committee sympathises with the objector's concerns, we have not been presented with evidence that this premises will cause a public nuisance, be a risk to the public safety, or result in crime and disorder. Whilst the resident objector did not attend the committee today, we did carefully read and consider her representations, but again, there was insufficient evidence provided. Having read the application from the applicant, in particular the proposed steps set out at section 18 in the application form, we are satisfied that the licensing objective can be upheld, and this premise licence application is therefore granted. That's the decision of the subcommittee, and that now ends the meeting for today. So I'll call the meeting closed. Thank you very much for attending. Thank you.